weeks ago, Matt was taking down some dead trees in the back and they were wrapped in bittersweet vine. So I took all the bittersweet vine that I could and made a huge wreath shell for the barn. I was planning to wrap it in greenery, but we just haven't had time. So today we're going out to the woods, we're gonna cut down some greenery and hopefully have enough to wrap the whole wreath and hang it on the side of the barn before Christmas. Yeah, that one, that'll do. I think we're gonna need a lot of these, jeez. It's like they look sparse and then you have them in a bunch and you're like, oh, maybe. All right, we have quite a big bucket, but I do think we're gonna have to come back out for more. I brought everything into the porch. We got one 5-gallon bucket filled with clippings, and I brought the big wreath in here. You can see it's quite large. It's probably like maybe 4 foot round, 5 foot round. So I'm gonna start by making little bundles, and then that's what I'll attach to the wreath. We'll see how much how far we get along the wreath, and then I may have to go collect some more. So you can see here, I'm literally just clipping off each individual little green piece into smaller stems, and then I'm gathering a bunch here at the end and wrapping it with floral wire, and then I'll take these individual bundles and I will sort of like overlay them on the wreath, and that will create that full green look. All right, it's starting to get a bit dark, but I have finished all my bundles. So they look like this. And I'm going to start layering them on the wreath like this, kind of overlapping. So I'm gonna start doing that with the bundles I have made here. I don't know if you can see my pile. It's deceivingly large, so I don't think it'll get all the way around, but I'm gonna start putting them on the wreath and then we'll see where we're at. Okay, it is not finished. We're about almost halfway, but that's looking pretty good. I'm pretty happy with this. It's nice and fluffy. I'll probably keep making the bundles to finish the outside, and then I'll just get a bunch of extra sprigs and start kind of like sticking it in to fill in any of the gaps. I just was like shoving it in between sort of the crevices of the grapevine, and I mean, we'll see if it stays, but it felt pretty tight. It is absolutely pouring rain, so I don't think I'm gonna go out and get more branches today. These are all the ticks we just pulled off the dogs from our very short walk in the woods. This is why we are very careful where we walk them, because we are constantly pulling these off of them and us, and it's not fun. Good morning, everyone. I was hoping to get outside and cut some more branches to fill out the wreath, but it's pouring rain again, so I am gonna get back to work. It's my first day back to work since vacation, so I've got a lot of catching up to do. Hopefully I'll have some time at lunch and the rain will hold off so I can go outside and clip another bucket. And then tonight I'll work on creating more bundles, finishing up the wreath, and then we've got an awesome dinner planned with some acorn squash, so I'll show you what we're making. I am back out in the woods. It finally stopped raining, so I can go collect some more branches, see if we can't get enough to finish up the wreath, and I'm going to empty my bucket of leftovers from yesterday. I clipped off all the green stuff, so I'm gonna dump the sticks back in the woods. I've found a whole bunch, so hopefully this little clump of trees will give me enough. It's funny, I didn't have a lot of hope for these looking very full, but once you clip off all this green stuff and sort of bunch it together, it actually fills up quite a bit. Even this bucket is looking more green than brown. This is much heavier than last time. Ooh. But I think I have enough. We'll bring these back in and I will make some bundles tonight and see how far we get along. We are finally at the end of the day. I can start working on my bundles. I just let the dogs out so that they could go to the bathroom and I could be uninterrupted for like 30 or 45 minutes. I ended up bringing everything inside because it's too cold and I'm a whimsical, so I don't want to sit outside in the cold. So I just brought some contractor bags in and set those up on the ground nice and flat and brought my bucket in so that I could do all the clipping inside and stay nice and cozy. Alright, I had to stop making bundles because I was getting hungry. So I finished the bucket I had and I put everything back outside. I think I might need a little bit more, but we're pretty close. I'll either put the bundles on tonight or tomorrow morning and see where we're at. And I'm gonna make dinner. But fun fact, so if you have sap all over your hands, I recently learned this. If you use baby oil, or I actually only have olive oil, so if you like rub that on your hands, and then use dish soap, it kind of like removes the sap. I had to do it twice. Sometimes I have to do it 3 times, but that's a nice handy little trick. So if your hands are super sticky, if you're doing something like this, use oil to remove the stickiness. For dinner, we are going to make a recipe by Cookie and Kate called Vegetarian Stuffed Acorn Squash. So you basically have the acorn squashes, you bake it, and then you create a filling with quinoa or rice or some sort of grain and stuff that inside the acorn squash, bake it, and it's done. So we're gonna give it a go. This was recommended to me by my sister. She said it was really good, and as Matt says, she's a pretty good cook, so we'll see. If you want to work on the acorn squashes, I can work on the filling. Oh my goodness. These are looking delicious. Alright, dinner is finished. I would rate that like a 7 out of 10. It was pretty good. Matt is not a big fan of goat cheese. He said maybe he doesn't like it warm. We've had it in salads and stuff, but there was a lot of goat cheese in this. I didn't mind it. I could use more cheese. Never can go wrong with too much cheese. But now I'm getting the most important part of the meal, in my opinion. I think about this day and night. I am a huge fan of Trader Joe's, and obviously the holiday stuff is very exciting, but the Jingle Jangle tin is just like a whole mishmash of delicious chocolate treats. Chocolate covered popcorn, chocolate covered pretzels, little Reese's cups, M&Ms, I mean, and there's chocolate covered Oreos. Really, you can't go wrong. So if you love chocolate, get yourself one of these. So I'm going to indulge in this, and we're gonna watch Great British Baking Show, Christmas edition, and I'm gonna finish up the wreath tomorrow because I'm getting tired. Good morning. I've just let the dogs out. I'm all ready for the day. I have like 10 minutes before I have to jump on a call, so I'm gonna see how many of these bundles I can shove, or my stack of bundles, into the rest of the wreath. so I know how much more I have to collect. Mostly complete. I'm gonna have to get it up on the barn and kind of see where there's some gaps, but it looks pretty good for my first wreath. So you can't have a wreath without a bow, in my opinion. So we're gonna go to, I think, Joann's and see what they have for ribbon. I was looking online yesterday, but some of the ribbon I liked was gonna take forever to get here, and we can't wait for a bow. So let's go see what they have. Okay, so this is the color I was wanting, like a burgundy. It doesn't look like they have like a thicker ribbon, like a 2 or 2.5 inch ribbon that's wired, which is what I want for the bow, so it kind of stays structured. I don't know if you can tell with that like glossy, but I like that this is a little bit darker. That's a bit too red for me, but we'll see what they have. I might have to go with the red. I like this, but it's gonna blend in too much. This one could be cute. I feel like in some cases plaid can be a little bit like, well, not my style, but it feels kind of New England-y. Like, I still love the green. I'm always gonna choose green, but that's just not gonna work for the wreath. Maybe this striped? I don't know. What do we think? Okay, we're doing it. It looks a little bit brighter in the camera, but this is the closest, and I feel like as people are driving by, I'll be able to see it better, so I'll do the brighter red. I also grabbed these adorable wooden nutcrackers. How flippin' cute are those? They were literally 70% off, and I've been looking for nutcrackers. I want a vintage one, but I just haven't found one that I liked, and I thought these like neutral ones would be great for now, and I can keep hunting for an old one. Oh my gosh! I'm so proud of this. I think that looks so cute. It'll need to be fluffed and maybe trimmed a bit, but it took a few tries, but I think I made it big enough so it won't look super tiny on the wreath once we hang it. I'm gonna try to hang the wreath in the morning. I'll add the bow and we'll see how everything looks. I'll see you in the morning. I'm just about to bundle up and go outside. It's completely frosted over. It looks so pretty and sparkly, but it is also freezing. So I'm gonna layer up, bring the wreath out, set up the ladder, and attempt to get this thing hung up on the barn. It's looking awesome. I think it's a perfect size. It's kind of hard to tell because the sun is directly on it, so I'll get a shot later tonight so you can see it more clearly, but I'm pretty happy with that. It is lunchtime. I am hungry, so I am going to warm up some leftover garlic bread, and I have meatballs. Oh, they're in the pizza box from last night because, oh, that reminds me. I have to get out the chicken sausage for tonight's dinner. I am so bad at remembering to take things out of the freezer. I'm a huge fan of freezing things and like meal prepping, but I am Oh goodness, blinded. I'm awful at remembering to actually take things out and thaw them in time. So we are in the basement. We have our cute little mini fridge. I love it so much. Actually, it's not a mini fridge, it's a mini freezer. I do a lot of meal prep so that I don't have to like stress throughout the week, and we buy our meat in bulk and freeze it. So this just helps us kind of like plan more in advance. And I came down here for chicken sausage. No. Chicken sausage. This stuff, make sure that's shut. We get this from Costco, one of our favorite places to go. And it's freaking delicious. But yeah, the chicken sausage works really great in like a stir fry or a sheet pan meal, which Matt always laughs at because I'm always like, oh, you want to make a sheet pan meal or a casserole? Because it's like throw everything together, one pan, one pot, and be done. And he always laughs at me because he thinks it's funny. I don't know. But anyway, okay. Thank you for reminding me. Now we will have dinner tonight instead of having to go get pizza again. Though I wouldn't be disappointed. So while I eat lunch, I'm actually gonna make some bows for the fence in the front. It's the same ribbon I got for the wreath, but just a little bit thinner. So I'm gonna make a few bows that I can use out there so we can start to tie everything together. All right, best lunch hack ever. Get a pizza or garlic bread with meatballs the day before for dinner. Eat half of it, save half of it for lunch. It's honestly the best. Shout out to Oakcraft Pizza, literally the only place we will get our pizza. I'm giving up on the ribbons for now. It's taking much longer than I thought it would for the smaller ones. I might have to do a different technique. I think I was making them a little bit too big, so they were too floppy, and I want them to be a little bit more stiff, but they're not. It's not wired ribbon. This is just like velvet ribbon. So I'm gonna have to experiment later tonight and see if I can't come up with a better way to fold them. So we'll get back to it. Alrighty, it's dinner time. I'm going to be making a chicken sausage and veggie sheet pan meal, despite what Matt says. And it's super easy. You just chop up vegetables, chop up the sausage, mix it up with olive oil and seasoning, throw it on a sheet pan, stick it in the oven, and that's it. Only a matter of time before you saw me with my hair up. Dinner was amazing. I mean, it's not a 10 out of 10, it's a basic meal, but that chicken sausage is so flavorful and delicious. It makes any simple veggie taste amazing. I also made up some jasmine rice, and we just topped the veggies and chicken sausage on top of it. So if you're looking for a quick and easy meal, that one's great. Matt and I are going to finish watching She's the Man. Such a good movie. I forgot how much I love this movie. And I'm going to attempt to make those bows that I was hoping to do earlier today so that I can put them on the fence tomorrow morning. took me way longer than I expected. This was like an hour. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 completed bows, 4 that are just missing the tails, and I ran out of ribbons. So I don't even know if these are gonna be big enough, but we're working with what we got. I'm gonna have to go to the store tomorrow or Friday to get more ribbons so that I can finish the tails up, and then I'll trim them. I'll bring a few of these out and stick them on the fence tomorrow morning and see how they look before I go ahead and make more. Hopefully they'll be okay. I mean, they're bows, they don't have to be perfect, but I just want to make sure they don't look too tiny. And then if we're in good shape, I'll find some time to grab more ribbon and finish it up. And hopefully by this weekend, we will have all the bows done. And then I think I can call outside decor done for this year. I'll see you in the morning. Outside with the dogs. It is absolutely freezing. My eyes are watering. I was super tired this morning, so I was lazy and just threw my hair up in a bun. I'm going to test some of the bows on the front and see what they look like and decide how many I want to do and how much more ribbon I need to get to finish that up. These will be really cute. They could probably be a little bit bigger, but I mean, I'm working with what I have. So once I have bows on every single one of these like posts and like drapes, it will look more full. I recently got this coat and I'm loving it so much. It is not super insulated. It's a lighter jacket. So if you like to layer, this is a good jacket for you. It's also pretty good for traveling because it's not too bulky. But my favorite part is these pockets. They are so deep and I love them to like stick my phone in or stick my camera or whatever I'm carrying. They're so accessible, and I love that you can fit a lot in there. I feel like that's rare. I don't usually see coats with pockets this big. Obviously I love the color. This is like an olivey sort of green. I think they have a couple of other different colors, and then I'm obsessed obviously with the gold buttons and zipper. It doesn't have a hood, which I personally like because I hate when stuff is bunched up back there, and it's got a nice collar so you can like button it up and zip it up to the top or just kind of leave it open. It's a little bit wider, but I like that for layering. Like I said, I'm always putting sweaters and things underneath, so it's nice to have a little bit of room and not feel like super tight. But yeah, if you're in the market for a coat, highly recommend. I keep meaning to go outside and take a video of the wreath, but as soon as I think of it, it's dark out. So I'll try to do that tomorrow. I'm gonna set a reminder on my calendar so I can go take a video. I was able to get some more ribbon so that I can finish up the bows for the fence, and of course when I went they had the burgundy color that I wanted the last time I was there. So I actually ended up getting enough to remake the bows I made last night, plus enough to finish up in the burgundy color because that's my preference, and if I'm gonna go through the effort of making them, I want to make sure it's something I'm gonna love and use for the next few years. So we're gonna do that tonight. Now I have a good system, I know how to make them, so hopefully it'll go a little bit quicker, and then tomorrow morning I can put them all up and be done. Okay, let me show you the color difference. It's kind of ridiculous, but oh my god. Okay, so this is the one I got. Oh my gosh, you can't even tell. This is the darker one. This is the darker one. This is the lighter one. And I know it's like a subtle difference, but I think that the burgundy just feels a little more like refined and different, and like I love jewel tones, so I think overall my Christmas theme over the years will be like burgundy and deep blue and like a mustardy gold kind of thing. So I figure if I'm gonna use these for a few years, I might as well get the color that I love. So they had 9 of these left, so I got all 9. I'm going to tie the bow part, which is the top section. So you can see I kind of did that here. And then you just cut a big long piece and wrap the wire in the back so that you have the little tails. So I'm going to redo the ones I did yesterday and then make the rest of these. And hopefully, now that I have a good system, it'll go much more quickly. Pretty good. I pre-cut all my bows and my tails so that I could kind of create like an assembly line, and so far it's going pretty smoothly. These are looking a little bit better than the other ones, so I'm glad I ended up getting a different color ribbon anyway. It has been the longest day ever. My eyes are watering so bad. I love wearing makeup, but there is nothing like getting it off of your face at the end of the day. Alright, face washed, skincare applied. I'm ready to hit the hay. I will see you in the morning, hopefully with bows in my hand. Good morning. I'm outside, ready to put bows on. Let's see how these look. Well, my battery died while I was putting those up. So I finished putting the bows up. They look really good. I'm really happy with the color, so I'm definitely glad I changed that. I'll go out and take a shot later once my battery's fully charged and also get a shot of the wreath on the barn for you. I made my Clever Blends coffee super latte. I iced it today because I didn't clean the coffee machine yesterday. So I'm having this instead, and I have a pretty meeting-free day, so I'm hoping I can be productive with work today. And then I'm not sure what we're making for dinner tonight, but I'm gonna try to remember to get something out of the freezer and hopefully we can make a yummy dinner, curl up and watch a Christmas movie, and go to bed early. I don't know whose idea it was to start a vlog before Christmas, but you know what they say, you gotta start somewhere, so here we are. So I just got a new computer for one of my clients that I work for, and I'm setting it up, and I don't know about you guys, but the one thing that drives me nuts on these new computers is the scrolling direction. So that is the first thing I always change. Anyone else? I just ran out to get lunch and I was reminded to come out and take some shots of the wreath, and it looks so good. It makes me so happy to see this when we drive up to the house. My dream, maybe in the next like couple years, will be to put not windows, obviously we have windows, wreaths in every single window with beautiful bows. But yeah, bows take a long time to tie, so you know, that's a project for the future. But I am looking forward to it because I think it'll be really cute. If you think I'm on top of my Christmas decor, it's because I've completely neglected my fall decor. Oh goodness. The bows look so good. I'll be interested to see how they hold up in the snow. They're, you know, I don't know if they'll flop down, but we'll see. Lunch is a yummy clam chowder, fresh pita. Gonna scarf this down and keep on cranking. All right, friends, I am signing off for the day. I'm gonna go visit a friend who recently moved to New Hampshire, and I am gonna call this one done. The end of the first vlog. This was so much fun. I hope you enjoy watching it, and hopefully you'll come back for more. I will see you in the next one.